The pharmacy aisle is one of the last places people think about in a collapse scenario, which is exactly a big problem. By the time someone figures out they need wound care, they need rehydration, they need something for the infection that's been building for 4 days, the pharmacy section looks like every other aisle that got hit first, stripped or close to it. The items on this list are not the obvious ones. They're not the bandages, not the ibuprofen, not the things that move off the shelf in the first wave because everyone already knows to grab them. These are the 7 items that sit untouched through most of a panic event, because they look like specialty products, or because nobody connects them to survival, or because the function that makes them critical in a collapse isn't the function printed on the label. That last part is the one that matters most. I didn't learn any of this in a first aid class. I learned it from having less than I needed and figuring out what else things could do. 7 items, all of them under $10, all of them in a pharmacy near you right now. Leave a like and subscribe if this video helps. Now let's start with the first item. Item number 7, zinc oxide cream. You know it as diaper rash cream or sunscreen. That's the label. That's not what it is. Zinc oxide is a physical barrier compound, an inert mineral that sits on the surface of skin and blocks UV radiation, moisture, bacteria, and mechanical abrasion simultaneously. It doesn't absorb, it doesn't degrade in heat, it doesn't require refrigeration. Shelf life is effectively indefinite in a sealed container. Here's where the function diverges from the label. On any superficial wound, abrasion, burn, chapped skin, any breach of the skin barrier, zinc oxide applied as a protective layer does 3 things at once. It blocks bacterial entry, it reduces moisture loss from the wound surface, and it creates a physical seal that prevents the wound from drying into a hard scab that tears open with movement. In a collapse scenario where you're moving daily, carrying weight, working with your hands, wounds that don't close cleanly become infected. Infections without antibiotics become serious fast. Zinc oxide is not a treatment, it's a prevention. And in a world without easy access to antibiotics, prevention is the only strategy that actually works. $3, diaper aisle or sunscreen section. Nobody is stockpiling it. Nobody is fighting over it. The label says baby care. The function is wound management. So that's very important, right? Now the next, item number 6, Diphenhydramine. You know it as Benadryl, the allergy pill. That's one of its functions. It has 4. Antihistamine, the labeled function, controls allergic reactions from food, plants, insect stings. In a collapse scenario where you're eating foraged food and moving through unfamiliar environments, allergic reactions happen. This handles them. Sedative, diphenhydramine crosses the blood-brain barrier and produces drowsiness as a side effect in standard doses. As a primary effect in slightly higher doses, it's a functional sleep aid. It's literally what's in every over-the-counter sleep medication sold under names like Zizquil or Unisom. Same compound. Allergy aisle is cheaper, antiemetic, controls nausea and vomiting. In a scenario where you've eaten something uncertain or you're experiencing motion sickness from vehicle movement in rough conditions, diphenhydramine manages it. Antitussive suppresses cough reflex. Not the primary mechanism, but documented at standard doses. 1 compound, 4 functions. Costs $4 for a bottle of 100 tablets in the generic version. The name brand Benadryl sells out in a health scare. The generic diphenhydramine on the shelf next to it, same molecule, different packaging, almost never does. Because people buy names, not compounds. Know the compound and buy the generic. 4 functions for only $4. Now the item number 5, isopropyl alcohol, specifically 91%. Not 70%. This distinction matters a lot, and almost nobody knows it, but I will tell you why. Isopropyl alcohol kills bacteria through protein denaturation. It destroys the cellular structure of microorganisms on contact. The effectiveness of this mechanism depends on concentration. At 70%, the alcohol solution is actually more effective than higher concentrations for surface disinfection of skin, because the water content slows evaporation, giving the alcohol more contact time with the surface. At 91%, the alcohol evaporates faster, making it less ideal for skin disinfection, but significantly more effective for disinfecting hard surfaces, tools, and equipment where contact time isn't the limiting factor. In a collapse scenario, you need both applications. 91% handles tools, surfaces, and equipment. The 70% handles wounds and skin. You can dilute 91% to 70% with water. You cannot concentrate 70% back up. Buy the 91%. Dilute when needed. Secondary function, isopropyl alcohol at 91% is a fire accelerant. Applied to tinder in wet conditions where natural materials won't catch, a small amount ignites immediately and burns long enough to establish a flame in material that wouldn't light otherwise. Not a primary fire starter. A problem solver for the specific situation where everything is wet and nothing else is working. The 91% bottle is usually on the same shelf as the 70%. It costs the same. Almost no one specifically reaches for it. You do now. Now let's see item number 4, petroleum jelly. You know it as Vaseline. Most people have a jar somewhere. Almost nobody stockpiles it deliberately. But they should. Let me give you the function that changes how you see every jar of petroleum jelly you've ever walked past. Cotton ball plus petroleum jelly is the most reliable improvised fire starter that exists at any price point. The petroleum jelly saturates the cotton fibers, which then act as a wick, burning slowly at low temperature for 2 to 3 minutes per ball, regardless of wind or moisture conditions. 2 to 3 minutes of sustained flame from a single cotton ball, enough to establish a fire in wet wood, green wood, or any material that requires extended flame contact to ignite. Purpose-made fire starters, fat wood, commercial tinder cost $8 to $15 for a small pack. A jar of petroleum jelly and a bag of cotton balls costs $4 combined and produces more fire starters than you'll use in a month. That's the function nobody prints on the label. The labeled function, wound occlusion, is equally important. Applied to any wound, petroleum jelly creates a hermetic barrier that prevents air and bacteria from reaching the wound surface. This accelerates healing and prevents the dry scabbing that tears open with movement. Same mechanism as medical-grade wound dressings that cost 10 times as much. Lubrication for any metal-on-metal contact. Moisture barrier for skin in cold or wet exposure. Leather and fabric waterproofing. Rust prevention on metal tools and surfaces. Shelf life. Indefinite. Petroleum jelly does not degrade, does not dry out, does not expire. 1 jar. Under $4. Sitting on the shelf in every pharmacy in the country, completely overlooked because it's been so common for so long that nobody thinks of it as a resource. That's the best kind of item to have. Item number 3. Oral rehydration salts, ORS packets. You'll find them near the Pedialyte or the digestive health section. Sometimes near the travel health products. They look like small packets of powder, and they cost approximately $1 each, but most people have never bought one. And here's what they are. The oral rehydration formula was developed in the 1960s for cholera treatment in field hospital settings. Conditions where IV fluid access was limited, and patients were dying from dehydration faster than they could be treated by other means. The formula is precise. Glucose, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and trisodium citrate in exact ratios calibrated to maximize fluid absorption in the small intestine. The glucose is not for calories. It's the transport mechanism that pulls sodium and water across the intestinal wall. Without the glucose, the absorption rate drops. Without the correct sodium ratio, the osmotic gradient fails. The WHO oral rehydration formula, when properly prepared and administered, is clinically equivalent to IV fluid replacement for all but the most severe dehydration cases, $1 per packet. For comparison, a commercial IV fluid bag used in a hospital setting costs $300 to $500 in the U.S. healthcare system. The clinical outcome from ORS in early to moderate dehydration is comparable. In a grid-down summer, in a collapse scenario where heat, physical exertion, diarrhea, or illness is producing fluid loss faster than plain water replaces it, ORS is the intervention that works. Plain water doesn't replace electrolytes. Sports drinks don't have the right ratios. Pedialyte is closer, but more expensive and bulkier. ORS packets are $1 each, weigh almost nothing, and have a shelf life of several years sealed. Nobody knows what they are. They look like a specialty travel product. They're the most effective rehydration tool available without a prescription. Item number 2. Clove oil. You'll find it in the natural remedies section of the pharmacy, sometimes in the dental care aisle. It's a small bottle, 1 to 2 ounces. It costs approximately $6 to $10. Here's why it's number 2 on this list. The active compound in clove oil is eugenol, a naturally occurring phenol with documented local anesthetic properties. It's been used in dentistry for over a century. It's still used in clinical settings today as the base compound in temporary dental fillings and as a topical anesthetic for oral procedures. Applied directly to a tooth, a cavity, or inflamed gum tissue. Clove oil produces local numbing that lasts 20 to 30 minutes and can be reapplied. In a collapse scenario without access to dental care, which is almost every collapse scenario, because dentists are not emergency responders. Dental pain is one of the most incapacitating conditions a person can experience. I'm not talking about discomfort. I'm talking about the kind of tooth pain that makes it impossible to think, sleep, eat, or make decisions clearly. The kind that doesn't care that you have other problems. Dental infections, untreated abscesses, become systemic infections that spread to the jaw, the neck, and in serious cases, the bloodstream. People die from untreated dental infections. It's documented. It happens in the developing world in areas without dental access regularly. Clove oil doesn't treat the underlying problem. It manages the pain. It buys time. It keeps you functional while you figure out what else to do. No other over-the-counter product does this. There is no substitute. You cannot improvise a dental anesthetic from other supplies. $6, small bottle. In the natural remedies section. Nobody is stocking clove oil before a collapse. Nobody. And you can do that now. Now, the item number 1. Povidone iodine. The brown bottle. Betadine. You've seen it your entire life. It's been in every pharmacy and first aid kit for decades. Most people know it as a wound disinfectant. That's the first function. Now I will tell you about the second function that almost nobody knows. Povidone iodine purifies water. Yes, you didn't listen wrong. The iodine content in a standard 10% povidone iodine solution, which is the concentration of the bottle you buy at any pharmacy, is sufficient to kill biological contaminants in water when used correctly. The protocol: 8 drops of 10% povidone iodine per liter of clear water. Wait 15 minutes, and the water will be safe to drink. For turbid or cloudy water, double the dose and extend the wait to 30 minutes. A standard 8-ounce bottle of Povidone iodine contains approximately 4,700 drops. At 8 drops per liter, that's approximately 587 liters of purified water from one $4 bottle. 587 liters. $4. The same bottle that disinfects wounds and cleans contaminated surfaces also purifies nearly 600 liters of drinking water. Nobody connects these two functions. The wound care bottle and the water purification tool are the same object. They're in the same brown bottle on the same shelf in every pharmacy in the country, and almost nobody who buys it for wound care knows it can purify water. And almost nobody who needs water purification thinks to look in the first aid section. I know this because I've needed both functions at different points, not in a hypothetical. In actual situations where what I had determined what I could do, the brown bottle does both. $4. First aid section, that's number 1. I showed you 7 items, all of them under $10. All of them sitting on pharmacy shelves right now, untouched. Not because they're hard to find, because the function that makes them critical isn't the function on the label. Zinc oxide isn't baby cream, it's wound prevention. Diphenhydramine isn't allergy medicine. It's 4 separate medical functions in one tablet. Petroleum jelly isn't a skin product. It's a fire starter, a wound dressing, and a lubricant that never expires. Povidone iodine isn't just a wound disinfectant. It's 587 liters of purified water in a $4 bottle. The function died when the label was written. The material is still exactly what it always was. That's the only thing worth understanding about any of this. Leave a like if this changed how you read a pharmacy shelf. Subscribe. There's more coming that most channels won't touch. If you want to learn more about prepping and surviving, click on this video appearing on your screen. And never forget, know the place before you need the place. I see you there.